my art. This is unfiltered water. The area is next to the toilet. It's not hygienic at all. Well, I don't know what makes him think that he can take water from the bathroom and use it for the kitchen.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Water from the bathroom to be used for the kitchen stuff. I mean, see, here's the thing. I don't know too much about what the difference is between the water in the bathroom compared to the water in the kitchen, apart from the fact that you can't drink the water that's in the bathroom compared to the water that's in the kitchen. Or at least that's how I was raised anyway. So I guess when it comes down to cleaning things from the water in the bathroom compared to cleaning things from the water in the kitchen, I guess as long as you're using the right like soaps and stuff, I don't see why that could potentially be an issue. But again, you know, because I mean, the water in the bathroom is obviously the water that we use to clean ourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, of course, if they're using water straight out of the toilet, then obviously that's a whole different conversation. So I'm a bit confused what I'm missing here. So let me know your thoughts. Can you clean can you clean the things that you use in your kitchen with the water that you get from your bathroom sink, as long as you're still using the same soaps, liquids, whatever that you use normally to, you know, clean that stuff, considering that's the same stuff we use to clean our skin? Let me know your thoughts, please.
क्यों? क्योंकि पानी तो वहीं से आया, टॉयलेट के पास से। पानी ये नहीं कि वहाँ से पानी नहीं ले सकते। अरे हमें कि ये बहुत बेसिक थी।
I mean, when he started dropping attitude towards his mum and his father, I was like, yeah, this is not going to end well. He was like, this is the most basic thing. Oh, man. I was like, in my mind, I was like, Rishi's, no, my bad, not Rishi. What's his name again? Sumit is feeling brave, feeling tough.
वो फजा बस बहुत हो गया अब क्यों हमारी बेइज्जती कर रहा है
यहाँ से पानी
यूज करते हैं वही बर्तन साफ करते हैं फिर में ना पानी का कोई सिस्टम नहीं है तेरे को तो कैफे खोलना है पानी की तो बहुत जरूरत थी
Listen, somebody tell me, where is the life? Where is the life from his mum? You're starting a cafe. Water is going to be a necessity, you know, all around the cafe. You know, whether it's the water for the bathroom, water for the kitchen, you know, what do they, obviously you need to prepare the food. Now, that's another question though. If they were using this water to also prepare their food, oh boy, then yeah, that would be very, very, yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, can you boil water from your bathroom? Does boiling it does it cleanse it or kill the bacteria or whatever to the point where you can now use this in your food? Can you use this to drink it? I mean, these are things, to be honest, I've never really thought about, because we just live in society where we take this and that. But then at the same time, there are many people around the world that are literally living off water from the stream. Okay, and I guess if people can live off water from their stream, and let's not get twisted, some people, you know, depending on where you're from, like in Norway, for example, I know the water from their stream is hella clean. So to be fair, you can drink that with no issues whatsoever. But then there's some places where water obviously isn't exactly clean, but some people still do live off it. But then maybe that's why some of them end up obviously in hospital or whatnot. It's a bit of a sticky one, isn't it? Eesh, boy, it's crazy because water was literally put on this planet for us to be able to use it to drink, and I guess also to keep ourselves clean as well. And it's crazy how much now the water has become such a thing because of the chemicals that you may find obviously in your country, depending on which room you're using it from, which stream you're finding it from. It's actually quite a crazy business. To be fair, I feel like they should have really made this in a bit more of an education kind of episode regarding this whole water thing, because boy, it's just weird. I mean, for me personally, the weirdest thing ever, and I don't know if this is the same around the world, but in the UK, we have to pay for water. It's crazy business. Imagine that we pay on a monthly basis with something that land on this planet for free. You know what I mean? Something that is a human resources that we can all access if we go outside and go to the lake. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, if we're catching fish, we're catching fish straight from the water. You know what I mean? Ah, damn. I'll never understand the politics behind the water, to be honest with you, man. And obviously, you get all these different water bottle brands. You know, they all have this water is smart water. This water is vitamin water. This water is this water. What? Man, it's crazy. It's crazy how even water can be tampered with to the point that it's not accessible for people to use from certain locations in their household or certain locations within the outside. It's crazy business.
My parents are right. It's my failure. It's not just theirs. All the hard work is gone.
The way he says that it's my failure, not just theirs. I'm sorry, buddy, but this is all you, man. You're the one this is the business that you started. If any failures are happening in this business, it's you. talking about. It's just, this guy's funny, man. Sumit is something else.
And this was, but we made no money. When they said we were going to be handing out samples, I thought it was going to be small, but plates of food. And there's got to be at least 100 people here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm with Jenny on this one, but this one's a bit of an interesting one because I fully understand what Jenny's saying. Obviously, we said we're going to give out samples, but instead of giving out samples, we're giving out, pretty much quite big samples, to be honest with you. And also on top of that, there's hundreds of people here. And on top of that as well, they've also already lost food anyway earlier on in the day or in the week or whatever. So they're pretty much wasting their budget at this point, aren't they? So I can understand Jenny's frustrations of the fact that they have made so many samples that are going to be equivalent of wasting so much food.
So at this point, we might as well just be throwing money out.
They're letting people know that look what we are having over here, which you won't find in the neighborhood.
See, so how will people recognize Family Cafe?
Take it as investment.
Yes, don't worry, it will be all fine.
But then there's the flip side where, here's the thing, I don't know India. Nor does Jenny know India really, to be honest with you. Maybe this is how they go about business. Maybe this is how they, obviously draw customers in. They will give out generous samples to convince people that this is obviously the place to be to get these meals. These meals are the shiz, and if that's how they go about things, in India, and it's a method that works, well then, to be fair with you, I guess you just let them do what they're going to do, because the question is right now, at this moment in time, real time, has this business flourished? Are they still in business? That's the question, isn't it? That's something I'm going to try and find out. But at the end of the day, I understand Jenny's frustrations, but I also understand that the family may have a method that works because they've seen it and they've experienced it in the years they've lived in their country. And if that's the case, well then it is what it is. And to be fair, I will say this though, from my experiences, Indian people generally have great customer service. I've never necessarily been to an Indian place before. I mean, to be fair, it's been a minute since I've been to one, since I became a pescatarian, but it is what it is. But anytime I encounter any Indian restaurant I've ever been with, I have never had poor customer service. Like, listen, if I go in there today and I order a meal, if the meal isn't up to the standard it needs to be, I'll say to them, hey boss, I'm just letting you know this isn't what I was expecting. This is da 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 da. He'll be like, don't worry, I'll get you a new one. They waste no time. They'll go in and make a whole new dish. You know what I mean, okay? Like, boom, do a quick time as well. So to be fair with it, at the same time, this is why I understand, obviously, that maybe this is how they go about things, because obviously customer service is what they're all about. Has anybody ever been to an Indian place and had a poor customer service kind of type of treatment? You know what I mean? If you have, then maybe you're the problem. Or maybe it's just different in your country, you know what I mean? Obviously for me here in the UK, wherever I've been, it's always been golden, but that's that. And to be fair, I will say this is all. It doesn't matter whether you go to a high end or a low end. Customer service has always been good across the board. I'll say that much.
The only one realizing we didn't make any money today, on top of all the food we had to throw away yesterday, it's going to take us longer to start making any money. And we might be stuck living with the family forever.
I mean, listen, of course, Jenny's major concerns is the fact that she wants to move out, and that's why obviously she's bothered. So obviously her frustrations in this situation, it comes more from the fact that she just wants to move out. It doesn't want to be in this family house any longer, which, listen, completely makes sense. Don't blame it in any shape or form. Not a single bit. But, boy, this is obviously how things work, This is how things obviously go sometimes, And it is what it is. But again, I'm going to try and find out. I don't know if there's a way of finding out, but technically speaking, I have to be in India to kind of find this out. But if that business is still currently running right now, well, then clearly means that this method works. But at the same time, even if the business isn't working anymore, it may not be because of this method. It may be because Sumit's not really a good business person. I mean, listen, the guy's already messed up the size of the cafe. He got a cafe that doesn't fit most of the family when they're working anyway. Also, on top, he got a cafe that doesn't have access to water. That's obviously, the correct water they should be using. You know what I mean? So, if anything, the business doesn't work out, I wouldn't say it's because of the samples. I'd say it's more because of the fact that Sumit is yeah. I will say this though, Sumit will definitely be the first Indian person I've ever come across that is not a good business person. Because most of the time when Indian people open up a business, it rarely closes down. Okay, from my experiences obviously here in the UK. Can't say about anywhere else. So you may be the first one I've ever witnessed in my life. But nonetheless though, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.